Welcome back to MiiBooth. Irfan here, and today we'll be looking at a gadget that is fresh off from a Kickstarter campaign. It has exceeded its target funding, and it can potentially prove to be a dream gadget for RC hobbyists, drone builders, people who love to or are required to tinker with small electronics, as well as DIYers and craft artists. This is a 2-in-1 electric-powered screwdriver. But not just a screwdriver, the likes of which I have reviewed many times in the past. This is also a mini drill machine. And along with it comes another box which looks identical from the outside, but it holds a completely different surprise inside. But I'll get to that in just a moment. For now, let's go ahead and do some unboxing. These were sent to me by a brand called Jakemy. This is their latest in a long line of gadgets, and they've been in the industry for 20 years, so I have reason to trust them when it comes to quality. Both of these cases cost $109 combined in their Kickstarter campaign, which just ended. However, their page is still active, so you can still buy it on their Kickstarter page. I'm not sure how much it will be on sale now, but I'll leave a link in the description box below in case you want to check it out. Now, inside the case, we have the screwdriver/drill machine, a USB-C cable for charging, 10 drill bits ranging from 0.2 mm to 2.2 mm, 8 screwdriver bits including Phillips, flat-headed Torx, and pentagonal, and a magnetizing and a demagnetizing gizmo to magnetize or demagnetize the screwdriver bits. Now all the parts are neatly seated in its foam casing, and all the bits are labeled individually as well. The screwdriver itself is quite a handful. It feels nice and heavy, solid and sturdy build. Great finishing. It has these ribbed silicone grips on both sides as well as on the bottom to provide a solid grip. There's a USB-C port here for charging, and just 3 buttons on the body. One switches on the machine, one for unscrewing and the other for screwing tight. Now the arrows on the buttons are pretty clear with the arrows indicating what each button does, but I have this intuitive way of using where I feel the button lower down the body when I'm holding it in the operating position is for screwing tight, and the upper one for unscrewing. And so far it hasn't failed me. When you press the power button once, a small green LED next to it starts blinking green, which means it is now on and in low power mode. Now you can press it again to increase the power, and the LED turns solid green. Pressing it once more turns off the device. You can simply load the chuck with a bit and get to work. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is more of a hobby device and not a heavy-duty tool, which you can also tell by the size of the bits. So let's stick to small things like drones and RC cars, etc. Now in that department, it does well. There's no problem working the screws. I tested it on this Hubsan drone I have and a small RC helicopter. However, the low power mode, I would say, is not great for unscrewing even moderately tight screws. So you might want to use the full power mode in that case, and when tightening the screws, I suggest using the lower power mode first so you don't strip any screws. Now let's jump to drilling. Once again, the product description mentions it is suitable for wood and acrylic, but I'm still going to test it on a bunch of materials to see how well it stands against the elements. Now I'll start with some timber. And no problem here, goes through it like butter. Next, I have a PVC pipe. Goes clean through this one as well to give you a perfectly drilled hole. Next is a tin can. And surprisingly, it doesn't struggle at all, even on this one. And if it does this to a tin can, then aluminum should not be a problem at all. Here is a tennis ball. There's no specific reason for me testing it on this, but I just happen to have one lying around. Here is a dry coconut, because why not? Here is a piece of steel. And here now I think the drill seems to be having an issue. Even though it is spinning continuously and at speed, it doesn't seem to be progressing much. And I think here is where the drill has met its match. And finally, concrete. Now, even though it managed to peck a hole in the concrete and steel, it's pretty clear it's not meant for it, and I wouldn't ruin my bets on it. Speaking of the bets, all of these are cemented carbide and seem to be built to endure. It carries a 2000 mAh battery which takes 2 hours to charge and can handle 1000 screws and drill 800 holes before it runs out of juice. However, there is no indication when the battery is full when you're charging it. Now it's time for unboxing the surprise case. Now check this out. This is a 150-in-1 supplementary set of screwdriver bits, drill bits, a manual driver, and other funky accessories. This thing can be used on its own, or it can be used with the electric drill to amplify its usefulness. The setting just looks so beautiful, I don't even want to touch it. And since it will take 2 more videos to just list what all is included in the set, I'm going to scroll it past the screen if you want to pause it and have a detailed look at it. I'll highlight some of the things I feel are very interesting. Check out this all magnet bit. I'm assuming it's for picking up screws that get lost in the shadows. Then here is a reverse Phillip bit. Like, I've never actually come across any such screw in my life. If you know of its proper use, do let me know in the comments below. All the bits are neatly labeled, so you make sure to put them back in place after use immediately, or I might actually personally sue you. Even if you do forget where each one goes, the bits themselves are individually labeled clearly. Check out this flexible bit. You can easily reach between tight spaces or bend around the corners with this one. Now, you might have noticed that all these dozens of bits, none of them are actually compatible with the electric screwdriver. Well, that is where this adapter comes into play. You pop the bit into one end and then insert the other end into the chuck of the drill, and now you're good to go. Now you can use all these screwdriver bits with the drill machine. And if you look at the manual screwdriver handle, it perfectly houses all of these bits, but not the thinner ones like these. So that is why they have an adapter for that as well. Now basically you can use any of the bit with both of the electric as well as the manual driver. Talking about the manual screwdriver handle, it seems to be made out of some sort of ABS plastic coated with silicone. It has a nice grip. It doesn't feel as sturdy as ones which I have reviewed before, but it has been working great so far. And if you thought it was too short for a screwdriver, well, today is full of surprises. You just pull on this collar on the top and then pull on the front part to extend its length, and there you have a full-length screwdriver. Maybe that's why it doesn't feel very solid and heavy, because it's hollow to accommodate all of these moving parts. And it also has this free rotating base for ease of use. Now, I do have to confess, the testing wasn't completely perfect. There were casualties, and I'd like to request a moment of silence for our fallen soldiers. One broke during drilling, and the other one actually came broken. Initially, I was very disappointed by the quality, but then I thought about this guy, which is also made from the same material and came with the same set, and it stood against wood, metal, concrete, PVC, and whatnot. So I have to give them the benefit of doubt. And that's about it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think it's a great tool for any hobbyist or DIYer. Great build quality, durable battery life, a very comprehensive set of bits and accessories. I don't think you can add much to it. If you still think it is missing something, let me know in the comments below. Meanwhile, I'll leave a link for it in the description box below in case you want to check it out. That's it for now, guys. If you enjoyed watching this video, hit the like button below and share the video with your friends and family. While you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to MiiBooth for more gadget reviews, DIYs, and life hacks. You can also follow me on Instagram and other social media. All the links are in the description box below. Click on these thumbnails on the screen to watch my other videos or check out my YouTube channel for more. And as always, thanks for watching.